From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Ants Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
All right, so we're going to focus a couple of things here in this forecast here. Number one, the winds. That's the first headline we need to talk about because the winds will be pretty strong. I'm not really concerned about this wind event per se, but we just need to be aware of the fact that we could see gusts upwards in some areas of around 40 miles per hour, maybe even a little bit higher than that. I'm not really terribly concerned about widespread power outages or being a big concern, but it's not out of the question for a dead branch to be blown off and maybe even an isolated area where we might see a power outage. But for the most part, it's not going to be a big deal. Now, we're going to be looking at a bit of a warming trend over the next few days, but then the next headline after these winds move out, especially after Thursday, is the potential for rain this weekend. And in particular, Saturday being the day that we see the most amount of rainfall and then kind of moving out on Sunday. But also, on top of that, another big dip in our temperatures. Think about what we saw in April, right? This month. Temperatures going up and down like this all month long. And of course, usually accompanied with those dips in the temperatures were showers and even snow in the mountains. Well, that's going to be the case again going here into early May. So we start with the wind advisory that's in effect for 11 o'clock tonight until 5 p.m. Wednesday. Now the winds sustained will be from the northwest, north-northwest at about 15, 25 miles per hour. Now we're going to be looking at gusts between 25 and upwards of 40 miles per hour. So again, that's where the main concern will be when it comes to those winds. So let's take a look at those winds. And I'm going to show you why I'm not terribly concerned, because we look at the gusts here for tomorrow morning. So yeah, 20, close to 30 miles per hour, but not quite. Now, another thing to take note is the strongest winds will probably be on the west side of the valley and in some of those canyons in the foothills just east of the valley here. So let's take you into Wednesday afternoon through the day. We'll actually start to see the winds begin to die down as we get into the second half of the day tomorrow. You can see, now we're starting to see maybe 15, maybe a little higher than 20 miles per hour. But here's the thing. Even though the wind advisory will be allowed to expire tomorrow afternoon, look at the winds Thursday morning. Look at the winds as we go into Thursday afternoon. Still looking at those gusts, possibly 20 to 30 miles per hour. So could we see that wind advisory get extended into Thursday? Well, based on the forecast, I don't see why not. We'll see. But I do expect those gusty winds again here for your Thursday too. So yeah, there are the winds for the valley. But everywhere else, yes, it'll be a breezy at times for some of us, but not as bad. I think the main event will be in the valley. But it's warming up too. We're in the upper 70s for the valley, around 70 in Trinity County, and in the 50s and 60s for the higher elevations. So let's take a look at futurecasts and talk about chances for rain, at least for the next couple of days. And there really isn't any for tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful, mainly sunny day for all of Northern California through the day on Wednesday. But look at the rain up to our north. Now, I expect that by Thursday morning, we may see, especially for Del Norte County, northern Humboldt County, parts of Siskiyou and even Modoc County, a chance for showers Thursday morning. Through the morning hours, the same areas will see a chance for some showers. But then by the afternoon, most of it's gone. And yeah, we may still see a few leftover showers as we go into Thursday afternoon along the coast. But overall, not much going on for your Thursday either. But look at the temperature trend. This is something that's kind of interesting. We're talking about the temperatures going up. Temperatures slowly ticking upwards. We're above normal. Low 80s on Friday. Now I'm showing Redding is just an overall general trend because minus the coast, we are going to see an upward trend and then they dip back down significantly going into Saturday for everyone. But I'm just using this as kind of a footprint to show you upwards of around 20-degree drop almost between Friday and Saturday. And then they'll start to tick back up again as we go through next week. So let's take a look at the overall trend here. Now we're going to start with the winds over the next few days. Low pressure here, another one here will help to reinforce the winds through the day tomorrow. So as this one moves out, this will be coming in behind it, and it'll be working with this area of high pressure right here, helping to give us the strong winds. Now, typically, as we call these inside sliders that bring us the strong winds, these areas of low pressure move in this direction down over Nevada and then into the desert southwest. But these particular areas of low pressure are kind of moving through the Pacific Northwest and then pushing eastward. Both of them are. So as a result, winds probably won't be as strong. And another result of that is the fact that this area of high pressure is pretty far away. Yes, these isobars are showing how they're tightly packed, which helps to support the strong winds. But I've seen these isobars much closer and much more tightly packed. So again, I'm not terribly concerned about this wind event. So as that moves out, this next area of low pressure comes in. And there, you, of course, can see the winds will still be a bit of a factor here. Now, once the winds move out after Thursday going into Friday, I've got my eyes on this storm system. Now, it depends on which forecast model you look at. This particular forecast model, the GFS, or the American forecast model, takes this area of low pressure and shifts it down to the south as we go into the weekend. The European forecast model takes this area of low pressure and it moves it mainly through the Pacific Northwest, but far enough south that it will bring us some rain. So confidence is fairly high that we will see rain on Saturday. But the overall track of this area of low pressure is something we've got to iron out over the next few days. That will have an impact on just how much rain we end up seeing. Now, I'm not going to give you specific amounts. I am not a big fan this far out to start showing you specific rainfall totals for different areas. It's just irresponsible. Because again, we've got a lot to iron out. But I think on average for the valley, a quarter to a half an inch is a possibility at this point in the game on Saturday. Now, more than that could be expected along the coast and some of the higher elevations. Snow levels, as you can see snow here, probably above 7,000 feet and mainly off into the Sierra. Now that low pressure system dives down to the south. We're looking at drier conditions, although still a chance for showers. The winds may begin to pick up as well. Now, as that moves out, it dries out Monday, Tuesday of next week. But look at this. Look at the isobars. See how they're tightly packed? We could be looking at more winds going into Monday, Tuesday of next week. So a lot happening, but nothing major, right? It's just a lot of things to be really paying close attention to. But the wave heights will be dropping as we go into your Wednesday afternoon, and even more so going into your Thursday. But that being said, looking at the marine forecast for Wednesday, there is a small craft advisory through the day on Wednesday, and there you can see your high tide and your low tide and your sunrise and your sunset. So here's what it looks like for tonight. Now, with the winds blowing tonight, I don't think it'll get too terribly cold in the valley. In fact, I think most of us will probably even stay in the low 50s. This might be overdoing it for those overnight lows for Redding and Cottonwood, but you get the idea. It's going to be cool, much cooler in the mountains, obviously, 20s and 30s there, and along the coast, upper 30s to low 40s. So we look at our Trinity County neighborhood forecast for your Wednesday. Yeah, a little bit warmer. Temperatures in the low 70s for most of us. Now notice it's dry through Friday with that rain coming in on Saturday. Let's take you off into the North Coast neighborhood forecast, southern Humboldt County. Now I will say this. Say south of Eureka, most likely dry through Thursday. Where we're seeing that rain on Thursday is mainly the potential for Eureka northward. But south of that, I think should stay dry on Thursday. All right, so now we head up to the north end. Yes, places like Smith River all the way down to McKinleyville, Hoopa, Willow Creek, Orleans, all seeing that chance for showers Thursday. And then, of course, more widespread rain coming in on Saturday. Your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, same situation Thursday, right? Especially through the morning hours. That's the case for Modoc County as well. And then a better chance for that widespread rain coming into Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures peaking on Friday, at least about a 10-degree drop for Modoc County as opposed to that 20-degree drop for the valley. Now, I'm expecting the eastern mountains to be dry through Friday, and then, of course, that rain coming in over at least the first half of the weekend. Your valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractor. It's getting in the upper 70s. Not quite reaching that 80-degree mark just yet, but it will be close with a high of 71 for Whiskeytown, 77 degrees for Redding, 75 for Lakehead, and there you can see Red Bluff, a high of about 77. All right, so here's a look at your 7-day outlook for Redding. Upper 70s for Wednesday, Thursday, 80, low 80s on Friday, but then about that 20-degree drop from Friday to Saturday with that rain. And then, of course, it looks like it will dry out and begin to warm up again going into early next week.